Have you ever stopped to think if what you are doing is important and not just what seems to be urgent? See, I had just told my son I'd be going on a 3-day trip. After a few minutes of conversation, he said, "I don't want you to go. I just want you to stay and be my dad." At that moment, I was ready to put down my bags and stay with him. Have you ever stopped to think if what you're doing it's important or not just what seems to be urgent? Maybe like me, you find yourself doing lots of stuff, but when you have a wake-up moment, you realize that what you're doing is good, but it's not important. It won't have the most impact in the long term. See, Martha was a friend of Jesus and she was doing a good thing. The book of Luke chapter 10 tells us that she was taking care of Jesus. She was making sure that all things were perfect. And yet, in doing so, she began to resent her sister. Why was she sitting down, talking with Jesus? Why did all the work fall on her? And so it is with life. When we prioritize what is urgent instead of what's important, we begin to resent everyone around us instead of living in peace. See, Jesus' call to Martha is a call to us to choose what's important, not just what we think is urgent. These next 40 days, we aim not just to create good habits, but to learn to live in the presence of God. If you'll let me, I would like to talk about habits just for a little bit. There's this book called Atomic Habits, and it tells us that we are more likely to create a new habit if we make it a part of who we are and not who we wish to be. In other words, let's get into these next 40 days not thinking that we may encounter God, but saying, I will encounter God. Make it a point to make an appointment with God every single day for the next 40 days. So here's what I'd like to propose. For the next 40 days, you make it fun and simple. Create a time that will be just for you and God. Here's some ideas. Hey, maybe you prayer walk for 40 minutes every day. Or you increase your worship time 1 minute every day until you finish at 40 minutes at the end of the 40 days. Maybe put an alarm every 40 minutes. And that time you'll stop and you'll spend some time in prayer. Get my drift? Make it interesting. Make it easy. Above all, make a decision to walk with Jesus. Like Mary, choose the good part and spend time with Jesus. Have a great day.